Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today I am building another cats and dogs house. I mean, okay, I just have to, right? It's just like, it's the new pack. It's just the way it's gonna go for a little while. So you're gonna see a lot of this coming up here, but this one in particular, I wanted to build it smaller than I had my previous one because that one was pretty big, and honestly it didn't fit that well into Brindleton Bay, like from the aerial shot, from the map view, it looked really out of place. So I decided to build one that I thought would actually fit really well from the map view, and I think I did it. It doesn't look exactly like the other houses, but if I'm being completely honest, I'm sorry, but mine looks better. Okay, I said it. It's just, the EA houses, Nexus, whatever you wanna, whatever people make these houses, they're kind of awful. I'm playing in one of the smaller townhouses in Brindleton Bay. I think it's actually in the lot next to this one that I'm building at right now, and it was so bad. There was just such weird spaces that I did not understand. Like, why was the kitchen hallway 3 tiles wide? Why was there a little enclosure behind the stairs? And why was the dining room, like, also 3 tiles wide? Like, what table can you fit there? It doesn't fit, okay? It's just, it annoyed me. I went through and I just redid the whole house, like a new starter house. I might upload it. I didn't record it, but I might upload it to the gallery just as like a fixed up house, I guess. But yeah, they're kind of awful. They always have way too much space and not enough items, and I guess that's like a sim style, but it looks bad. I'm sorry, but it just looks bad. And so I tried to do a really cute Brindleton Bay house here. It's only got 2 bedrooms and like a lounge upstairs, I guess I would call it. A very tight living room. I actually didn't check the routing. Oh, I wanted to before I started this narration. I could do it now. No, I'm not gonna do it now. Whatever. I'm sure it's fine. So yeah, it's a very small and cozy house, I would say, in general, because there's not a lot of space to it. It's not that expensive either. I want to say it was only maybe around 50,000. I actually can't remember. I want to say 56,000 or so, which is kind of affordable. I mean, it's a pretty small house, I think, for that much, but it's manageable. Most of my houses you could not buy unless you have your sim on like extra long lifespan, because they're way too expensive and way too big, and I don't even know why you would need that much sim space in the first place unless you're playing a huge family, but you know, it's fine. This one is perfect and it looks cute, and I love the roof, to be honest, and it looks really cool from the map view. I should have shown it in my video, but I didn't. It's just, it looks nice. I like it a lot. And so I'm just very glad that it all worked out. I used all of the like nautical themed stuff. I didn't really use that in my last cats and dogs build because it was more of a country home that I was going for there, but this is definitely more of a, I would call it maybe a Dutch colonial. It looks kind of similar to that. That's probably, yeah, I think that's probably the closest to the style. And so it looks nice, and you could also use it as a kind of beach home, I think. I love the trees. I can't remember if I put them in my video or not. I might have put the trees after I stopped recording. and the landscaping. I actually don't remember if I did the landscaping at all in this video, but there is very minimal landscaping like I always do because I hate landscaping and I'm just not good at it. I wish I was better. I'm not. What does a garden look like? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I have a garden, but I still feel like it's awkward the way a real garden is to kind of translate that. And so I try to look up landscaping photos, but that doesn't really help me either. I don't know why. It just all looks weird on The Sims to me. So my landscaping is awful and you're just gonna have to deal with it. But yeah, I don't know if I recorded it or not. It was the purpose of that really long tangent. Anyway, I'm loving this window seat. I feel like it's just, it's so good. It's so good. I've been wanting to do window seats for so long in The Sims. I can't remember if I already talked about this in my previous build, but you know what? It's just so good and I love it. And I'm probably going to use it in every single house from now on, so I'm sorry, but that's just the way it's going to be. Well, yeah. I used a lot of greens and blues and stuff you can obviously see, and I'm putting all the nautical things like I said. And I don't think I really have much else to say about this build. I did put cats and dogs things in it, like the actual pet things, I mean, not the expansion items. Obviously I've been using those, but I mean pet beds, food bowls, cat house thing. I don't know what you would call it, a jungle gym or something, whatever. Yeah, it's all there, so you can have pets in your house, and hopefully the routing won't be an issue because it's so small, and you're probably gonna get really frustrated with pets, I would imagine, in this, if they're large pets. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to talk about work a little bit like I usually have been in these speed builds, except for the last one because cats and dogs. But yeah, so things are not going so well at work. The dog. I always talk about the dog, but he's like honestly one of the biggest issues that I don't know. I'm just getting so worried about him all the time, and I feel like she should not have him anymore, but she'll never let him go, and it's just, the dog is not safe there with her. So the other day when I got there really late. I think I got there around noon that day because I had some appointments in the morning that I had to do. And so when I got there at noon, the house was still locked up. I had the key, so I opened up the doors, and immediately the dog is like running at me whining, and he runs right over to the sliding door, which is where he usually goes out from. It's to the backyard, you know. And so I like say hi quickly, and I go right over and try to let the dog out, and she's like, no, don't let the dog out. And I'm like, what? And apparently there had been a loose dog in the yard, like probably so early this morning, probably around like 8, because that's usually when she wakes up, and it seemed like from her story that it was pretty early. So she hadn't let her dog out at all because she thought that other loose dog was still going to be around, and I was like, he has to go outside right now. And yeah, so I got him out there, but that poor dog had to wait so long because I was late, and I feel terrible that she just didn't let him out at all, and that's happened a few times this week. Luckily I get there around 10 usually, so it's not like the worst possible thing. It's still way too long. She needs to let him out in the morning, but yeah, that's becoming a real problem. Anyway, so let's not talk about something depressed for once. What I want to talk about now, because I have about 3 minutes of the build left, is this lady's catchphrases. I say catchphrases because she says them all the time, but they are just the funniest. They are so funny, everything she says. Alright, so most often, if she is describing something that's like negative in any sort of way, she says, oh, that just makes me sick. And like she says it multiple times, and it's always so funny because like the other day she said it about how a child that she knows has to ride the bus until he has to ride the bus for like half an hour, which admittedly is a really long time, but we live in a rural area, so I mean that's gonna happen. And so she was just saying how awful it is that he has to wait so long to get off the bus, and oh, that just makes me sick. And I'm just like, does it really? You're really gonna get sick over that? And so yeah, that's always funny when she gets so dramatic about things. And one of the funniest things she does too is she catches flies with her hands. And it's just, I don't know how she does that, okay, to be honest, but she can do it. And always, every single time when she gets a fly, she'll say, oh, that's the end of you, you son of a gun. And I just laugh every single time. Every single time. It's funny because that is just the whole scenario is just imagine it. This old frail lady catching flies with her hands and saying something like that every time. Man, hilarious. And the other day, this is not so much a catchphrase, but the other day she was looking outside, and let me just tell you, it was probably like, I don't know, it was probably like 50 degrees. What is that in Celsius? Like 10 or 20? Wait, I think it's 10. I think it's around 10 Celsius. So it wasn't like freezing or anything. It was getting colder than it had been, and it was like slightly raining, and I mean slightly as in it was like misting, and that's about it. And so I walk in and she's looking out the window and she just says, oh, can you believe this weather? I've never seen anything like this before, and keeps repeating that. And I'm just thinking, like, it's never been 50 degrees and slightly raining in your whole life? You've never really seen that before? Are you sure? Yeah, it's so interesting. And again, I feel like I have to reiterate, I'm not making fun of this lady. These are like, most of these even are just old lady quirks, and they're nothing to do with her disease or anything. But yeah, that's the end of the build. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!